All right, so there has been a little bit of a last-minute rehearsal plan change tonight in that Ming will not be here. He's feeling a little bit under the weather. So you're stuck with me tonight. So, yes. All righty. So we're going to do a warm-up. We'll start the rehearsal with the tippet. We'll look at a few things in part 2. And then we will do a little bit of review of part 1, and then we will take a break, and then we will do some of the woo, and then we'll end rehearsal with a spiritual, with something nice and a little bit less of a brain teaser to send us all home for the evening. So, since we're all at our seats, and we're in our seats, we're going to just feel, before we stand up and do the rest of our warm-up, just feel what it feels like to find that nice seated center. We always find our standing center, that's a tongue twister, once we stand up, but we want to make sure, especially as we spend a lot of the rehearsal seated, that we know what our posture should be when we're sitting down. So you want to kind of wiggle. You want to be able to feel both of your sits bones on the bench underneath you. Many of you know that I also work in the cycling industry outside of all the music things I do. And this is what I do when I fit people for saddles. I have them wiggle and I feel their sits bones, and we find where their sits bones are and we measure them to find their saddle widths. This is like a fun little crossover between my two jobs. So you find those sits bones. You want to do the same thing we do when we're standing up, right? Lean forward and back. Feel where you can kind of feel your weight centered over your spinal column. When we're sitting, we want to be just a little bit forward of that. We want to have that nice lift. That's going to keep us from slouching into the back of our chair. And we want to be a little bit forward, especially on the church pews, which tend to kind of lean you more back. The farther back you sit on them, a little bit more towards the edge of the seat. So that's kind of what our lifted sitting posture sits like. So let's go now ahead and stand up, and we're going to do the same thing. We're going to find our posture as we're standing. So nice bend in the knees. Our knees aren't locked, but we have nice loose knees. Kind of lean left and right, lean forward, back. This always makes me think of Michael Jackson music videos when you lean forward, but I can't go that far. You find that nice center where all your weight is nice and balanced, core is engaged, and we're nice and lifted, shoulders are relaxed. Okay. We'll do some stretches now, our usual series. So we're going to go ahead and circle our head down slowly to the left, roll over to that left side, and then roll back slowly to the right. We'll just do this a few times, rolling slowly back and forth. If you find there's a particular spot that's giving you some trouble, some tension, you can kind of spend some time stretching out that spot, and then continue your circles. On your next circle to the left, we're going to go ahead and let our head just hang down to the left on that side. Feeling the stretch through the right side of your neck and shoulder. Good. And then go ahead, on your next breath out, just let that roll down through to the right. And on your next breath out, you're going to let your head just fall forward. Now making sure as we do this that we're not slouching in our shoulders, that our back is staying nice and lifted, our shoulders are nice and relaxed, just that the weight of our head is falling forward as we do this stretch. Good. Okay. On your next breath in, go ahead and lift your head back up. Lift up your shoulders. And let them fall. And lift up your shoulders. And then let them fall. Just to feel that nice relaxation, all that release of tension in your shoulders. Okay. Couple shoulder circles backwards. And start out with some slow circles, making sure as you get to the back that you're feeling your shoulder blades kind of slide vertically along your spine. You want to get that nice deep roll to the shoulders to really feel that full stretch. Good. You can go ahead and switch directions. All right. Good. Go ahead and give a nice little shake out. Get all the wiggles of the day out. Good. All right. And then last but not least, we're going to take our fingers. We're going to find this spot right here where our jawbone meets our skull. And just give that a nice little massage, reminding us that we want to keep our jaw nice and relaxed. You can drop your jaw a little bit as you do that as well. Good. Okay. Go ahead and take a nice deep breath in. Let it out. One more. And let it out. Good. I always feel like the beginning of the warm-up's like a little mini yoga class. It's really nice. All right, so we're now going to practice some of our consonants. Those are going to, especially in some of the music that we're doing this semester, are going to come in quite handy. We have some of our music, as you've noticed, as Meg and I have talked about, it's a little bit of a heavy program. It's got a little bit of angst, a little bit of anger to it, definitely at some parts. So we're going to want to practice those consonants that fit into that kind of emotional space. So we're going to practice some quite pointed consonants. So here we go. It'll be here we go. Let's try it. Ready? And good. Let's do that one more time. Ready? Good. Can we do that again? Let's make them a little bit more pointy, and let's see if we can make them staccato this time as well. So short, nice short consonants. Ready? And. Good. Let's do that one more time. Nice and staccato, nice and short. Even the last one. Just a nice shh. We'll keep our shh short. Like you're, I don't know, shushing a child. We're in a church, so a child in church. Shh. Here we go. Ready? Very nice. Alrighty. Take a nice deep breath in, fill all the way up, and we're going to do a nice sigh out on ooh. Good. So remembering as we do that sigh that we want to just lightly kind of phonate all the way through our range, right? So we kind of coast up and through the top, and then we just very gently let it fall all the way down into the lowest part of our range, not ever forcing the sound, just keeping it light and airy and letting that sound naturally fall. So let's do that one more time. A nice deep breath in, sigh out on ooh. Very nice. Let's go ahead and start with A major. We're going to hum, and the pattern will be we want to keep a nice active sound. You want to focus on bringing that sound forward. So you want to feel the resonance up in your nose and through your cheekbones as we're humming here. Here we go. Is closed. Very nice. to A major. Z, and we might want a nice active Z with lots of zing and zest to it. Same thing, you want to feel, especially in that E vowel as well, kind of feel that resonance up here in your nose and your cheekbones. And then the ah to be nice and vertical, nice and open, not like when you're at the doctor and they're like, open your mouth, say ah, and you're like, ah, but you want that sound to come forward so we have a nice resonant open vowel. There we go. Ready. Going, we opened faster to the open vowel, so it was nice and pure and resonant. That was lovely. Can we go to B flat major? So we want to have nice pure vowels in this, and we want the consonant to be as short as possible. So we're changing between the vowels here very quickly. Here we go.
Amen.
just so fun and jaunty and silly. But even though it is fun, we want to keep our brains thinking, we want to keep the kind of ideas, the technical ideas of this exercise in mind. So always, anytime we're doing an exercise, a warm-up exercise that involves staccato, we want to feel that support from our core, support from our diaphragm and our sound. Especially as this one because it's a longer exercise, it gets a little bit higher. We always want to keep that sound forward. We want to think about not scooping up to the top, but more singing through the top of the exercise. So it's more of this kind of sound. Same thing as like with our sigh on oo, that we move through the top of that sound, that it's always nice and relaxed. And then also keeping our nice open, long, pure vowel sounds. So here we go. Those last two in there for those tenors and sopranos who are still with us. Good. Go ahead and have a seat, please. Let's take out the tippet, and we are going to turn to number 9. I'm going to just quickly check the tempo on this one. Remind me, because I know that I was not here for a week. Have we read this one at all yet? Any of part 2? No. Okay, cool. So we'll read it probably in chunks, in sections, and we'll work on it. And the focus today is mostly just to get the notes, find out a little bit about how this fits together, and then next week we'll revisit, we'll polish some things, and start to work on refining it a little bit. So here we go. And I'm just going to conduct 8 notes the whole way through. Yeah. Page 36. And the meter obviously changes quite a bit. I will just conduct the 8th note the entire way through, just stays the same. Here we go. Yeah, so that was the soprano ones right there. Cool. Well, now that we have heard the introduction, let's go ahead. Let's try that once again from the beginning, and I will look right at you soprano ones and bring you in there. Here we go. Okay, let's just take that much. Very nice. So that's kind of the first little section, little chunk of this movement. Can we start right on the soprano entrance? And we're gonna just pick this apart kind of right away. So I'd like to have just soprano 1s and 2s from your entrance, and Ty, I'll just have you play their parts with them. So that's your starting G. Here we go. I'll give you 2 and 3. Yeah, good. Do you mind actually, Ty, do you mind playing it for them once? I'm gonna have Ty play your 2 parts together. So here we go. 2 and 3. Good, okay. Let's go, now we'll have you sing as well. So back to rehearsal 62. I'll give you 2 and 3 soprano. So let's hear their note again. So here we go, soprano 1s. 2 and 3. And making sure that last ta, win ta, is just an 8th note there as well. Good. Let's now try, we'll go back to you sopranos, but let's try the altos from your entrance. So pick up to the 3rd bar of rehearsal 62. Okay. So I'll give you 4, 5. Not bad. Let's do that one more time. If it helps, I know that it is marked pianissimo. I think right now, for now, if we think about singing more of like a mezzo piano, just to have a little more presence in the voice and help us find some of those notes, we'll make this a little bit easier, and then we can work on the dynamics later. So let's try altos once again at your entrance there after 62. Here we go. 4, 5. Very nice. And again, making sure that last note is just an 8th note, so it's quite short. Good. Can we try sopranos and altos together now from the pickup into the 2nd bar of rehearsal 62? Here we go. 2 and 3. Yeah, very nice. Let's have just soprano 2s alone one time, please, at the 2nd bar of rehearsal 62. Here we go. 1, 2. Let's do that one more time. A lot of the notes are there. Just again, same thing as I said to the altos. It's marked pianissimo, but let's just sing with a little bit more presence for right now to help us find some of those notes. Soprano 2s once again from your entrance. Here we go. 1, 2. sopranos, altos, and tenors. Or sorry, sopranos, altos, tenors, and basses. Be ready because we're going to go to you next. Here we go. From pick up into the bar after 62. 2 and 3. Good. I'd like to do that one more time. Take a note. Look at the second system on this page. We have those 2, 5, 8 bars in the middle of the system. In the second of those 5, 8 bars, sopranos and altos should line up rhythmically. So make sure, there's a lot of places like that in this piece where the parts have all these moving harmonies and then they slowly line up. So pay attention to those spots where you line up and make sure that you make note of them, because it's very important that they're together, that we're together at the spots where it's either rhythmically or oftentimes even the pitch is the same, but it will also help orient you in the music. They're kind of little signposts that you can aim for. So make notes of those to help you kind of find yourself within the phrase. Let's do sopranos and altos one more time, and then we will go to tenors and basses, but it's sounding much better. Here we go. 2 and 3. Okay, let's go to tenors, please. So we're in the second system on page 36, the first of the 5, 8 bars, just the tenors alone, and then we'll do just the basses, and we'll put it together. Here we go. 1, 2. Let's do that one more time. You have that nice little harmony at the very end there where tenor 1s and 2s split out. Once again, same place. 1, 2. Good. Basses, please, from your entrance in that same measure. 3, 4. Good. One more time. A lot of the notes are there. Just make sure as you get up to that A that we don't go flat there as the pitch rises. So once again, 3, 4. Can we try tenors and basses together, and then we'll go back and put it all back together. 1, 2. Excellent. All right. I would like to, let's start right on the soprano entrance. So on bar, we'll do bar 62. I'm going to have Ty play the beginning of the bar so you can practice getting your pitch as well. You'll note that in the orchestra, someone is sustaining soprano ones, the G natural that you come in on. So you'll be able to hear that pitch in the orchestra. So right on rehearsal 62. Here we go. stand out a little bit. So think about just kind of putting a little bit of emphasis on the first two notes, a star, right? Let's do that one more time from the same place, please. Measure 62, or rehearsal 62. Much better. We're going to do it just once again. The last thing I want us to all think about, especially because we have the mixed meter happening, some of the entrances feel, I think, a little bit rhythmically wrong-footed. They're sometimes hard to count. So this time we're going to sing it one more time. The pitch is quite good. A lot of the notes are really there. I want us to think about breathing as a section before each entrance, and I will help you with that, but to breathe in the tempo, in the character of the music will help us with some of these rhythmically challenging entrances. So rehearsal 62, be ready to go on this time. Here we go. So we'll notice here that this is essentially the same, but just down a half step, right? So we just changed the pitch. Let's break it apart a little bit. Let's start with sopranos and altos. We'll try pick up to rehearsal 64. Here we go. 2 and 3. Good, and remembering to keep that last 8th note short. Yeah, let's try tenors and basses. Now, second bar of rehearsal 64. Here we go. 1, 2. Good, and basses, the same thing here. Making sure we keep the pitch lifted as we go up to the A flat, because we're supporting the harmony there, so we need to make sure, especially that that bottom, that A flat, is in tune. Let's try tenors and basses one more time. Go. 1, 2. Excellent. Can we go now back to, please, the pickup into one measure before rehearsal 64. So we'll do the whole measure to practice getting the pitch. also have that page turn there as well. Let's go 1 before 65. Yeah, good. So that's the soprano alto entrance there. Excellent. Let's try. We do something different now. We had 2 sections that are repeated. Now we have a section that is a little bit different. Something new happens. Can we do sopranos and altos, please, right on your entrance at the top of page 38? Here we go. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. One, two, three. Yeah, good. Okay, good. Let's just take that much. Sopranos, you were mostly there, and then you got scared. You're like, oh no, the G sharp, it's so high. But it actually sounded quite nice. So don't be scared of that G sharp. And by that time, it's più forte, so you can really support it with the breath, and don't be afraid to sing out a little bit on that note as well. Sopranos and altos one more time, please, from your entrance. Here we go. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Good. Okay. I'd like to take this. Actually, let's do this. Sopranos and altos. I'm gonna do the tenors and basses together. They split out, especially tenors have a little bit more challenging time. They split out into 2 parts. Think your parts along as we go. We will come back to you, and we will do 1 part at a time, so we can really find those notes. But I'd like to let's start with just tenors, please, on the last bar of the first system on this page. So 4th bar of 65. Go. And 1, 2. 1, 2, 3, 1, and 1, 2, 3, 1, and. Good. Sounds really, really nice. Can we sing it now forte, as it is marked forte? Here we go. Same place tenors. Here we go. 1, and. 1, 2, 3, 1, and. 1, 2, 3, 1, and. Excellent. Let's have basses, please, from your entrance at the top of page 38. So pick up to 1 before 66. 2 and 3. 1 and 2 and 3. 1, 2. Good. Let's try this. Basses, you have, I think, the trickiest rhythm of all the sections. So let's do it once. Can we just speak the rhythm as it happens? We'll just speak the rhythm. So same place, basses, just speaking the rhythm with the text. We'll try it. So we go 1 and 2 and 3. Yeah, so the entrance, I think, is the hardest part because we have 1 E and a 2. 1 and 2. Da, da. Ta, 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 ta. Behold. You just have to anticipate it a little bit more. Once again. 1 and 2 and 3. Yes. Hold the man. Hold the man. Ta, 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 ta. Let's just try that, the 3/8 bar. Ta, 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 ta. One, right on it. Ready? And ta, 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 ta. Good. Can we add the pickup now? And let's take out the slur in the pickup, if that makes sense. So we have 2 and 3, ta, ta. And 3, ta, 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 ta. Ta, 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 ta. Just so we can kind of feel that syncopation a little bit. So here we go. 2 and 3. Ta, 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 ta. Go on. 3. Ta, 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 ta. 2. Ta, ta, ta. Good. Okay. From your entrance now, again, just speaking the rhythm. This time without me singing along. Here we go. 1 and 2 and 3. 2 and 3. And 2 and. Yeah, good. And just noting that that last entrance is a little bit earlier than we think. Good. Can we try it now with the pitches, please? Here we go. 1 and 2 and 3. And 2 and 3. Stop there, we'll do that part all together. Very nice bases. Let's go back to sopranos and altos. I'd like to try sopranos alone once, altos alone once, and then we'll put it together with the tenors. And then we'll add the basses because you do something different, which is also something that happens quite frequently in this and the woo, actually, that the sopranos, tenors, altos have something, and basses get to do something that's a little bit different. So you have to pay extra attention. But let's do just sopranos from the third bar of 65. Okay. 1, 2, 3. And 1, 2, 3. One, two, three. Yeah, good. So that's quite challenging as well because you have that octave leap. Worry much less about the bottom note because the altos W and their notes are not quite as hard, but make sure that we land on that high G sharp. Can we go from the pickup into rehearsal 66? Here we go. 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Much better. Good, much better. So yeah, just kind of minimize that bottom note, focus on getting to the higher G sharp. Good, altos please, from your entrance after 65. 1, 2, 3. And 1, 2, and. 1, 2, and. Good. Can we just try that last place where we just stopped? So pick up to the last measure of this page, the scapegoat. Here we go. 1, 2, and. Good. Yeah, and so that E is a little bit high for some of us, probably in our range. So think about If you remember back to our warm-up exercises, when we get to those higher notes, not skipping, like scooping up to them, but think about landing on the pitch from above. So two things have to happen. You really have to hear it in your head before, so you can land on that pitch, and you have to support with the breath. That will help keep the pitch lifted and help us hit that note. So once again, altos at that same spot, the scapegoat. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, good. Already much, much better. Can we go back to, please, pick up to the last measure of the first system. So pick up to 2 before rehearsal 66 with sopranos, altos, and tenors. Please join us. Basses, be thinking about your part and where you fit in. Here we go. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2. Yeah, very, very nice. Tenors, you obviously kind of just have this echo, right? This gets passed, the rhythm and the pitches get passed along. It's sounding very nice. Let's just do that one more time, and then I'd like to add the basses. Same place. Here we go. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2. Very nice. Okay, same place and basses. Please join us. Here we go. Lots of repetition just to get us really comfortable with the pitches and how all of our parts fit together. Here we go. 1, 2, 3. 'Think that may have been my mistake. I think I cheated you all one beat, which is not very nice of me. So let's please try that one more time from the same place. So third bar of rehearsal 65. Here we go. 1, 2, 3. 1 before rehearsal 67. We're going to try reading this last bit of the phrase with everyone. We'll pull it apart as needed, and then we'll put this whole section back together. So, pick up to 1 before 67. Here we go. 1 and 2. All these harmonies, and we land on this lovely chord at the end. Let's take this apart a little bit. Can I have let's try sopranos and basses together at the spot where we just were. So pick up into 1 before 67. Here we go. 1 and 2. Basses, make sure you have that dotted rhythm at the end, the very last measure there. Bring that out a little bit. Sopranos, can we just speak your rhythm for the first measure once, or maybe a couple times? We're going to take out the slurs, so just ta, 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 ta. That's it. Just a couple dotted rhythms in a 5/8 bar. That's all. Here we go. 1 and 2. Ta, 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 ta. Good. Once without me. 1 and 2. Yeah, so some of us want to make this into a double dotted rhythm and just, it's not, the rhythm's not that fast. Ta, 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 ta. Don't double dot the 16th note, it's not as short as you think. Ta, 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 ta. Try it once again, here we go. 1 and 2. Good, better. Once again, I'm going to help you a little bit with the dotted rhythm, so we kind of know it now. Look up at me and I'll help you find where to place that 16th note. Here we go. 1 and 2. Good, okay. Let's sing it now and we'll put it back together with the basses. And then the bass pitch as well. Yeah, okay. 1 and 2. Good, okay. Let's have now tenors, please. Just the tenors. Here we go. 1 and 2. Good. So notice a couple things. Notice that you have the same rhythm as the sopranos in that last measure as the sopranos did in the first measure. So learn from them. I believe in measures 1 before 67 and 67, the repeated 16th note shouldn't be articulated. It should just be da 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 da. So it's a true syncopated rhythm on the word child. Child. Or I think those are not the pitches, but the rhythm instead. So tenors, once again, please pick up to 1 before 67. 1 and 2. Very nice. Let's do the altos, please, at your entrance now, 67. 1 and 2. Good, yeah. So you have that nice dotted rhythm in the bar of 67. Let's try, I think you have the hardest rhythm, altos. That happens to you many times. I sit there and I sing and I say, dang, the altos have such tricky rhythms here. But it'll be super fun to sing when we figure out how it all fits together, because you often, the trickiest rhythms sometimes are the most interesting. So let's try it once again, altos. Here we go. 1 and 2. Very nice. Let's just do it one more time for comfort. Remember, same thing here. As you go up to the E natural on the second measure, think about lifting, hear the pitch beforehand, land on that pitch from above. But it sounds really nice. Once again. 1 and 2. let's see. I would like to put this together in parts, I think. Let's have sopranos, altos, and basses, and then we'll add the tenors in last. So sopranos, altos, and basses, please. Pick up to 1 before 67. 1 and 2. Yeah, very nice. Let's have the tenors join us, please. Pick up to 1 before 67. 1 and 2. Yeah, so good. Make sure, again, we cut off on those places where we just have an 8th note. I'll try to show you as well, just a clearer cutoff there. Very, very nice. Can we put this whole kind of 2-page spread together here? So let's go from, I'm actually going to go from the beginning of page 38, so you can hear a little bit of the instrumental, the orchestral interlude, what that sounds like, to practice counting and knowing what the orchestra sounds like before you come in. But I will also give you a nice big cue as well. So from the top of page 38. Yeah, top of 38. I'd like to try that one more time. We kind of found it as we went along. I think we were a little unsure of our entrances. I'll show you the entrances. Maybe I'll count a little bit this time just to help us find those as we kind of read through and become more familiar with this. I'd like to read this one more time and then we will go on to the next movement. So, same place we just started, top of page 38. So that's that movement. This is one of my favorites, I think, in the whole piece. It has this real kind of harmonic buildup and tension and release. And as we get the notes kind of in our voices and figure out even more how we fit together and where we give tension and where we take it away and find those phrasings, it's going to be so beautiful. Let's go on to number 11, please. I'm unsure whether or not by the time the concert comes, we will do this movement in 1 or in 3, but tonight it will certainly be in 3. So we'll read it under tempo. And this one is again one that we're reading for the first time today, yes? Yes, okay. So you'll notice that we are split into 2 choirs for this. However, and a highlighter will help you with this movement certainly, because it's broken out into chorus 1 and chorus 2. So as it's written on the page from top to bottom, page 41, soprano 1, alto 1, tenor 1, bass 1, soprano 2, alto 2, tenor 2, bass 2. That said, oftentimes the parts between, say, tenor 1 and tenor 2 do not overlap. So as we are able, which is almost the whole movement, you will sing both parts, both alto 1, alto 2, bass 1, bass 2, tenor 1, tenor 2, soprano 1, soprano 2. The only place where that is not possible is on page 43. So, to put this another way, and you might want to take your pencils and jot this down. This is why a highlighter will be helpful, because you want to highlight visually. You have to jump around a lot to do this, so it will be helpful to highlight both parts that you're singing. The whole chorus will sing both parts on page 41 for the whole page. And that will continue until the last 2 measures on page 42. So before rehearsal 71, 1, 2, 3, 4, we will split into the 2 choruses. That continues through page 43. And then on page 44, the second measure, we resume singing both parts. I'm going to go through that one more time. I'll let you finish your notes. Look up when you're done with your first pencil through, and then I'll say that all again. Soprano ones will sing, sopranos will sing both parts the whole time because you do not have overlap. That's correct, yes. That's why the sopranos were looking at me all confused. Yes, sopranos sing both parts the whole time.
Page 43, there's a part. Both the tenor 1s and 2s have notes at the same time.
Right, so sopranos, you know what you're doing. You sing both parts the whole time. So for the tenors, basses, and altos, again, going through from page 41. On page 41, you sing both parts, both the chorus 1 and chorus 2 parts, until the last 2 measures on page 42 is where tenors, basses, altos will split into chorus 1 and chorus 2. Because then, as you said, the parts have overlap. So that's also before rehearsal 71, we split into 2 choruses. And then on page 44, the parts no longer overlap from the second measure of page 44. You'll resume singing both voice parts to the end of the movement, which ends on the next page. Okay. Yes? Correct, but page 42, your curse them, kill them, is where it starts to overlap in that phrase. So tenor, on the first measure of page 43, tenor 1 overlaps with tenor 2. So I believe 2 measures beforehand we'll split because it matches the phrase. I believe is what Ming will do. He will correct that if it's different next week, but that I think is the most logical way to split it, so that's what we'll be doing. So let's please read this movement. We're going to start from the very beginning on page 40, so I'll conduct Thai through the orchestra part before your entrance, and we're going to just read a little bit and see how it goes. The same thing, we'll take it apart, we'll put it back together, and make it better. Here we go. 1 and take that much. Yes. I know visually it's quite a lot to look at and jumping between the parts. So let's see. Let's go right on the choral entrances. So pick up into 2 before rehearsal 70, and I'll have Ty play the choral parts with you. Here we go. 1, 2, 3. Especially because this will eventually be faster, that we don't let the ends of phrases linger and stay long. Where. Very short. Here we go. Same place. With everyone, please. Just pick up into 2 before 70. And we'll break it apart a little bit after this. 2 before 70. 1, 2, 3. It's mostly finding the notes and placing them rhythmically. So let's try just sopranos and altos from that spot, and then we'll do tenors and basses. Sopranos and altos. From the same place, pick up to 2 before 70. 1, 2, 3. Good, yeah, making sure, especially right there, that spot where you just stop, really small half steps there. The rhythms are more simple in this one, but the pitches are a little bit harder to find, and making sure we know, especially the differences between the repetitions. So the difference in intervals between the repeated rhythms. Once again, sopranos and altos. 1, 2, 3. Ta, 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 ta. 1, 2. Ta, 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 ta. 1, 2. Good, and making sure each of those wheres is equal. Equal weight on both those notes, no matter where they fall in the measure. Let's try tenors and basses. Tenors and basses from pick up to 1 before 70. There we go. 1, 2, and 2. the orchestration is reversed, the second phrase. So 2 before 70, we have sopranos, altos, tenor basses, sopranos, altos, tenors, basses. And then it's switched the next time, right? Tenors, basses, sopranos, altos, tenors, basses, sopranos, altos. So you have to be ready for your third entrance because it sneaks up on you a little bit. Tenors, basses, 1 before 70 with the pickup. 1, 2, 3. 2. And 1, 2, 3. Good. Let's try that one more time. I kind of cued you a little bit early on your third entrance. Once again, tenors, basses, pick up to 1 before 70. Making sure again that when we get to where, that they're equal. Forte and equal emphasis on both of those eighth notes. Here we go. 1, 2, 3. 2. And 2, 3. Good. Let's put it all together. Sopranos with everyone. Pick up to 2 before 70. Let's try just slightly faster. Just a little bit faster. Here we go. 1, 2, 3. Good. Let's do that one more time and then we'll read the next section. Sounding much better. 1, 2, 3. Okay, great. Nice. Let's break this up into choruses this time. So let's have, please, just chorus 1, 4 before rehearsal 71. And we have a hemiola here. So the music 4 before 71 is rhythmically syncopated. It's written in 2, even though the meter is in 3. So ta, ta, ta. So you have to accent each of those entrances just a little bit to feel that syncopation. Chorus 1, 4 before 71.
You want us to go back and forth on page 44? Because there's no conflict.
Yeah.
What do you think? Yes. You go down
Page 44, yes, you go down to the how, correct. Down to the how on page 44. Here we go. 1, 2. 1, 2, 3. 1. Yeah, so then you'll go down to the how there. If you are a chorus 1 person, you will go on page 44, measure 2, you will also sing the how. Everyone will sing that together. Good. Let's try that one more time. It's getting better. We'll try it again. Pay attention at the end of page 43. Your entrance is a little bit different, so make sure that you're counting. Here we go. Same people, chorus 1, 4 before rehearsal 71. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2. 1, Yeah, so be ready for that. Let's try that. The last measure of page 43, please. Chorus with everyone. Last measure of page 43 with everyone. If you are a member of chorus 2, join us on the how, please. Here we go. 2, 3, 1. Yeah, so we're starting at, last measure of page 43. Last measure of page 43. There we go. Ah, here we go. 2, 3, 1. Yeah, good. Okay. I'd like to try now. We've kind of put that a little bit together. Let's try, please, chorus 2 members of chorus 2 from 2 before 71. Chorus 2 before 71. 1, 2, 3. Good. Can we just tune those 2 chords there with everyone, please? The how. So let's go on the first how. Let's have Ty play it from the bottom. Good. Nice little diminished chord. Everyone together. 2. Very nice. And then the next chord as well. Just a little different voicing of our diminished chord. Ready? Yeah, just a little bit flat in the altos. Let's try it one more time. Yeah. 1 and. Very nice. So making sure again that we breathe for those chords, those unison chords, and a little bit of accent on them. Let's put this all together. 4 before 71, please, with everyone. 1, 2, 3. A little bit more from chorus 2. So if you think about this movement, double chorus of the persecutors and persecuted. Now, sometimes we're playing both of those parts, right? We're going back and forth. But chorus 1 is the persecutors. They are trying to drive these people out, right? And then chorus 2 is the persecuted, and they're saying, why? Why are you doing this to us? What have we done? How are we bad? What have we done? So we need to have a little bit more back and forth, especially just right now. Think of that as equal presence between the 2 choruses. Bring out those entrances. Let's go in the same place. 4 before 71, please. 4 before 71. 1, 2. without telling you we were going on. We were a little confused. 71 is sounding much better. Let's do this. Let's read this from this movement from the beginning now, or from rather, we'll start before rehearsal 70. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 bars. So you'll hear a little bit of the orchestra. And then when we get to 72, where we just stop, we'll go on. We'll finish the movement. So 7 before rehearsal 70. Here we go. 1, 1, 2, and good. Yeah, so in that section at 72, the consonant refuge, place the j on the downbeat. So the consonant at the end of that phrase goes on the downbeat of the next measure. Can we try that right on 72, please?
Is that for chorus 1 as well?
Yes, so chorus 1 and 2 will sing at 72. Correct. Here we go, right on 72. Everyone was together on the consonant the second time, but not quite everyone on the first time. So I want to do this just once again. And remember, especially when we have repeated notes, always thinking about lifting that pitch, placing the sound very forward in our vocal space, especially when the dynamic is piano, because that makes pitch much harder. So here we go. 72, once again. We have about 1 minute left before our break. I want to just read this movement again. So we're going to go back to where we started before. Before rehearsal 70, 7 measures. So we're on starting at the last system of page 40. You'll notice I pushed the tempo just a little bit. We're going to stick with that slightly faster tempo again on this read through. So here we go. announcements. Okay. Good work, everyone.
Let's hear it for Sam for jumping in. Okay, I have some announcements about this coming Sunday and this coming Monday. So Sunday, we're going to experience a heat wave over the next couple of days. But Sunday, the forecast is supposed to be quite lovely. That's the day of our picnic. We're going to have a picnic at the north end of the San Pablo Dam Reservoir. The address is in chorus notes in Kennedy Grove, in a picnic ground called Clancy's Place. Thank you, Clancy's Place, which when you come in the main entrance is almost directly in front of you or slightly to the right. We'll have signs. There's a large parking area. We're hoping to have a really great turnout. We're going to supply, the picnic crew will supply hamburgers, hot dogs, and ice cream sandwiches. So please bring your own drinks. Bring a side dish to share if you're in the mood. We often have a terrific table full of dishes that people bring to our potluck events. So we encourage you to come. We're going to go shopping for some of those supplies this week. So a chorus member asked, spouses, family, can we bring them? I don't think that was addressed in any of our announcements so far. Yes, spouses are invited. If you have family members who'd like to come, they should also feel welcome. But I'd like to have a bit of a show of hands of who intends to come. And if you're going to come by yourself, raise your hand. If you're going to come with more than one person, raise both hands, even if it's more than two people. But I'd like to get a bit of a count. So if you're coming to the picnic on this Sunday, 2 hands if it's more than one of you, and 1 if it's one of you. So, I got a close enough number. That's great. Thank you. That's about 90 hands. Plus some more. Later, you got questions. Okay, so that is an important announcement. So the Wildcat Canyon Road that leads down from the ridge to San Pablo Dam Road is apparently closed. So you get to approach either from further south, like the Orinda neighborhood, or you get to come from the north on San Pablo Dam Road to Kennedy Grove. Easier to come from the north, yes, right. Okay, that was helpful, yes.
There will be name tags that you can put your name on, but if you'd like to wear your good old BCCO name tag, please feel free. We are hoping to be able to meet everyone. So.
Right, so this is a chance to meet singers from across the room or neighbors who you've never met. So bring your name tag if you think of it. If not, there will be name tags to fill out. Thanks, Joan, for that reminder. Great, so please, it should be a wonderful time. It was the last time we had it. And I don't know if anybody else remembers. I went back through my photo archive, and the photos and chorus notes were from 2015. I can't believe that's the last time we did one of these. But it's been a while, so we'll have a good one this year. Next Monday, this is where the traveling chorus, this will be the second Monday next Monday where we are in a different venue. It's a holiday next Monday. This church will be closed. So next Monday, we will be rehearsing at the Arlington Community Church up on the hill. Okay, so next Monday, the 9th, it'll be in chorus notes. There'll probably even be a reminder email during the week. But next Monday, we'll be at the Arlington. There's an additional wrinkle. I don't know if this was true the last time we were there. They've had construction that the people told them was going to be done by June. Well, it's not done yet. So the restrooms at the Arlington are still, they said maybe they'll be done next week. Probably not. It's been since June. So they have portable facilities out front. Knowing that, you may wish to avail yourself of other solutions before you come to the rehearsal. Okay? All right. That'll also be in the reminder email. But that rehearsal with Ming, hopefully feeling better, next week, Monday, will be at the Arlington Church. Then, Indigenous Peoples Columbus Day, is that what it is? Okay. Sectionals. I just got a little while ago, we got a sectional schedule from Ming. We're looking for venues. Our sectionals this semester will be conducted by either Sam or Julia Morris. And those sectionals will start the weekend of the 14th and 15th of October. I'm not certain yet which of those 2 days will be the first sectional. It'll be a soprano and alto sectional on that first weekend, but you'll get plenty of warning at the latest next week at rehearsal. We'll have a firm date in place. Okay, that's it. Break time. Thank you.
Once again, good evening, BCCO. So we're going to get started in about 2 minutes, so find your seats.
When you have found your seats, let's go ahead and open up the woo. And I think what I'd like to do, I'd like to read it from the beginning. We worked last week, from what my jet lag brain remembers from that day, is that we worked quite a bit on this, kind of like the middle, getting some feedback here. We worked quite a bit on the middle section, and so I'd like to read through all the parts that we've worked on before, because we just worked very hard before the break, so we're going to do something that's a little familiar. And when we get to the part that we haven't done yet, we'll pick up from there and start rehearsing that, and picking that apart and working on it, seeing how that fits together. And we'll leave some time at the end of rehearsal to go back to the tippet and work on number 16. So, the woo from the beginning. Here we go. Making sure that the measure in 3/4 at the top of page 2, that we count there and that we come in ready and measure 9. Having some feedback problems with my microphone. Okay, once more from the beginning, and then we'll really go on unless it falls apart again. Here we go. No, we won't. We'll stop and we'll fix it. We'll keep going. Here we go. Letter B. so that's the section that we're in new uncharted territory. I would like to, let's back up to rehearsal D. We won't work too much on the on the parts that we've already rehearsed and done. Those will be things that we'll come back to in later weeks, we'll come back to in sectionals. I want to focus mostly on reading new things tonight, but we'll start at rehearsal D, and then we'll go on to the new section kind of before E is where we left off last week. So rehearsal D, here we go. You have, remember, 2 bars of rest. I'm going to go on the beginning of the bar, so I'll give you one. Ty will play the notes, and then you'll come in on beat 3s. Yeah, so watch out for that one, sopranos. I think the third entrance, we're getting a little bit confused because the spacing of the measures changes. So those first 3 entrances are all on the same beat. They're all on beat 3. So once again, from rehearsal D. I got excited that you all placed the consonant together and then I forgot to count things. Let's see. Pick up to, right on the new section. So pick up to measure 52. The pick up to the 5-4 bar in the second system of page 8. Go. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, so that one we do need to make sure that we count and play or sing our consonant all together. Can we go on the pickup to measure 54? 4, 5, 6. Again, 5-4 sometimes. Let's do that one more time. The consonant was excellent. I will count to 5 properly. Here we go. Pick up to 54, please. 4, 5, 6. Let's pull this apart a little bit. Rhythmically, we're kind of figuring out how to place things. We found out where those consonants go. Can I hear, please, just sopranos and altos from the previous page? So pick up into measure 52. Pick up to 52. 1, 2, 3. 5, 6. Yeah, good. And then the consonant for you goes on beat 4 of measure 58. Let's hear just sopranos, please, from measure 55, measure 56, the third measure on page 9. Measure 56. 4, 5. Good. Just altos now, the same place. 4, 5. Yeah, good. So the pitch is just a little bit flat. Be aware, I hear that some of you want to move after beat 3 of the first measure there. You sustain the pitch while the sopranos do something different, and it will be dissonant with your part, so you have to hold that A flat with conviction and not let them throw you off. So let's try that one more time, just the altos. 4, 5. Good, and then on the F natural, our pitch is slowly falling as we sustain it longer. So again, with sustained notes, always thinking of lifting the pitch there. One more time, just altos, and then we'll add the sopranos back. 4, 5. Much, much better. Sopranos and altos, please, from one measure before, or sorry, it's the same place, measure 56. Sopranos and altos together. Ready? Good. Very, very good. I do want to do it one more time. Our pitch on the last measure, the first system, the B flat on the word bones does need to match. We are in unison there, so just make sure that we line up on that spot. One more time, and then we'll go to the tenors. Same place. 4, 5. Good. 1, 2, 3. Excellent. Tenors, please, at that same spot. Measure 56. 4, 5. Good. The pitches are actually mostly correct, but you seem so scared of them. The tritones, you're like, oh no, the tritones are so scary, but it sounds really nice. So let's just do it again and sing out a little bit more. It's mezzo forte, so you can really be quite present. Crescendos all the way to forte here. So support with the breath, make sure you're sitting up, and don't be scared of the tritones, they're just tritones. Here we go, same place. 4, 5. Good. I want to break it into tenor 1 and tenor 2 just once. Let's do tenor 2s first, please. Tenor 2s, just be aware that when the altos come in, you will be like this. You're a half step apart. So this is another place where you have to really have conviction and hold that pitch, even though it's going to be dissonant. So a thing to note. Here we go. Tenor 2s. 4, 5. Yeah, good. And that consonant there, one before E, can be a little bit longer. It's a full quarter note. Make sure 3 measures before letter E that you go down to the B flat. That changes. Good. Tenor ones, please, at that same spot, and then we'll put it together. Bass is your next, so be ready. 4, 5. Good. Good. Tenors all together, please. 4, 5. Yeah, and then off on B2. Excellent. Basses. Here we go. 4, 5. Good. Can we do that again? When we get to measure 58, the first measure of the second system, can you just sustain that so we can tune that third? So basses again from your entrance, sustain measure 58. Here we go. 4, 5. F sharp needs to be a little bit higher. Yeah, good. So you go bass ones, sing F sharp, F natural, E natural, and then you go back up to that F sharp. It will feel like a really big whole step when you go back to the F sharp, so just make sure that's nice and high. Let's do that one more time, and same thing, sustain the chord measure 58. 4, 5. Better, think also about having a really bright third. Really, it's a major third, so that it should feel really, really bright in the sound quality. Bring the sound forward again and support with the breath. As written now, so we'll go on to the next chord and finish the phrase. Basses once again. 4, 5. Much better. Good. Can I have just bass twos from the second system on page 9? So just white frost. I just want to find that interval from the D to the B natural. Here we go. Bass twos. 3, 4. Good, and just make sure that B natural doesn't go flat, support, it's just tending to go a little bit flat as we sustain the pitch. One more time, bass 2 is the same spot. 3, 4. Much better. Okay, can we go now, measure 56, basses and tenors, and then we'll add the alto sopranos after. 56 basses and tenors. 4, 5. Good, okay. Altos and sopranos, please join us at the same spot. If you're curious, for the music theorists amongst us, a G sharp minor 7th and a G sharp half diminished 7th chord put together here. Let's hear those pitches once again. Here we go. 4, 5. Okay, let's try it one more time. We all got very quiet very suddenly in the second measure, and I know it does say decrescendo, but maybe not quite that much. Let's sustain the volume a little bit more. So maintain just a nice mezzo forte, so we can hear, we can find those pitches. Once again, same place. 4, 5. Good. All right, let's back up to, please, pick up to measure 52. We'll put this together with the little couple measures that come before it. And then when we get to letter E, be prepared to continue on. Here we go. Pick up to 52. 1, 2, 3. 4, 5, 6. Again, I'm going to point out a couple things. The word desert, when we sing it, is different both times. So you do need to count very carefully and pay attention. So sopranos and altos, note that the rhythm is different. We have desert the first time and then desert the second time. Desert. We're not going to pronounce the R in the middle. We don't like R's, not in the middle of words. And then the T for everyone. The last measure on page 8, the T, we place the consonant on beat 2. And then in measure 55, the consonant goes on beat 3. So make sure you just count both times. Let's try that once again, please. Pick up to measure 52. 1, 2, 3. 5, 6. Go on. Okay, so we got through. We ended that section together. Let's start with sopranos. We'll skip over your section there for now. We'll come back to you at the top of page 10. Can I hear at page, let's see, measure, we're on page 10, measure 69, 70, measure 71. It is the 4/4 measure in the second system, high heaps. Just sopranos, altos, tenors, please. 3, 4. myself included, just be aware of the counting in measure 72, that 6/4 bar. The word heaps, we're going to place the consonant on beat 5. So you might want to just mark that right underneath the little 8th note there. If you just put a little 5, so as you count 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, just to help us place that. This is one of my favorite moments, I think, in this piece, this little section here. You have these beautiful harmonies, and you'll see when we add the basses that it takes on this really eerie quality because the basses have something totally different and it's very dissonant, but it really works with this beautiful harmonic section and then this kind of underlying uncertainty, which the basses will give us when we get there. So basses, hang tight. Your moment to shine is coming. Here we go. Same place, please, same people. We are at measure 6970, measure 71, high heaps, bottom of page 10, sopranos, altos, tenors. Here we go. 3, 4. Good. Yeah, so a couple small notes. We're going to rehearse the sopranos just because you split off into 2 parts and I want to make sure we find those notes. Page 11, the first system, we have the third measure of the first system, trees and grass. As much as we can, let's sustain the long notes there for the full value. So try not to put any space between the dotted half note and then the half note in the last measure of the first system on page 11. Same thing, measure 77, first measure of the second system, full value on that dotted half note. Can I have please sopranos, measure 73, top of page 11, just sopranos. Yeah. 3, 4. Yeah, good. Let's do that one more time. Soprano 2s, your part as you move away from the soprano 1s, it does have a little bit of dissonance. Put a little crescendo to the second measure, or the crescendo is actually already written in, but just lean into that dissonance a little bit between those 2 parts and really bring that out. Measure 73, sopranos again. 3, 4. Good. And just make sure, again, always that we're counting through this section. The notes are not as hard here, so just make sure that we're all moving together as a section. Good. Let's have the basses, please, at this spot. So where we started before, measure 71, just the basses. So you will have to have the conviction in holding your pitch here because it's a little bit harder to find. It is different than what the others have. So just hold that pitch as we go through this section. There we go. And I'll give you 1, 2. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. Yeah, so good. Make sure we place the consonant, the top where we just ended, 2 before the third measure of the first system on page 11, the consonant will go on beat 1. The last measure of page 10, the consonant goes on beat 3. So just watch out for that. Let's try that one more time, basses. There we go. 1, 2. 1. Yeah, so a couple folks are holding too long there, and just on the downbeat together. Once again, let's go right on that entrance, actually. Measure 74. 1. Excellent. Going on, once again on that entrance, and we'll go on and we'll finish your phrase. Here we go. 1. 2, 3, 4, 1. It's different that time. It's different that time, before letter F. Okay, 3 before letter F, bases. Here we go. 1. Yeah, so you have to count the rest there. You have 1. Bones. 2, 3. Why? Just be aware. Once again, same place, bases. 3 before letter F. 1. And then place the consonant there on beat 1. Excellent. Can we try that now, please, with everyone at rehearsal? Measure 71. Measure 71. Last 2 measures of page 10. Here we go. 3, 4. Excellent. Yeah, let's try that one more time. We kind of settled in. The basses also have different rhythms than everyone else. So as we are kind of settling in with those rhythms, let's try that once more, please, on measure 71. 3, 4. Okay, we have about 5 minutes left, so I do want to end on a spiritual. We didn't get into quite as much of the woo as I would like, but more to come on that next week, I am sure. Let's please go back to the tippet, number 16, which is on page 51. Page 51. And we read this last week for the first time, yes? Yes, cool. I want to do one thing before we read it all together. Can I just have the altos from the beginning? Because your part is very hard and different than everyone else. So, altos with tie from the beginning. Here we go. 1, 2. Let's try that one more time, altos. Altos have a very tricky part there, and everyone else is doing something totally different. A little bit slower for the altos. 1, 2. Good, good, good. I just wanted to give you a chance to read that on your own. We'll work more on that in sectionals, but let's read from the beginning with everyone. Here we go. Ready. Good, yeah, let's just take that much. I want to go back to the beginning. Tenors and basses, just a little bit more from you at the beginning. You have the melody with, eventually it will be with the tenor soloist, so just sing out a little bit more. Sopranos and altos are more of an echo. Once again, from the beginning. Ready? So can I just have soprano, well, everyone from the repeat sign basses, you'll join us at your entrance. Let's leave out the other parts for now, the tenor solo from 2 before 81. The top 2 lines, just don't play them so they can, and the horn part either, just play the parts, yeah. Yeah, I think it's confusing, yeah. So just, Ty will play your parts with you here. So here we go. 2 before 81, sorry, 2 before 81. Let's hear the pitches. 3, 4, 1. Once more, just note that on page 53, our rhythms change a little bit, so be watching there. I will help you with some of those ties. Once again, same place, 2 before 81. 3, 4, 1. And then altos and sopranos, you have a little moving line at the last measure there, so bring that out a little bit. Let's go back, page 53, the last 2 measures of page 53. Let's start right on it, and we'll just read to the end. Here we go. Ready. That is all we have time for tonight. More on this. This is a tricky one, so we'll work more on this later. Thank you so much, everyone. I will see you next week.